Hello everyone, today I'm going to explain the 5 technical questions from the C4NA exam. Let's start with the first question. The first question is about QRS. It asks which QRS per hop behavior will change a specific value inside the packet. This refers to the marking behavior, which is a fixed marking behavior, so the correct answer is D. Alright, on to the second question. For the second question, let me enlarge the diagram a bit. It says, referring to the diagram, how should you configure the update to allow PC1 and PC2 to access the internet? This is very simple. You just need to configure NAT on these two interfaces. Set this side as inside and the other side as outside. Then, the NAT configuration has already been set up, and the external network interface is reusing the port of the G0-1 interface. The live stream here is a bit unclear. An ACL, or access control list, has also been configured to allow internal addresses in the 172.16. 0.1 and 0.2, which means both of these networks are permitted. So the only remaining configuration is to set the inside and outside on the internal and external interfaces. The correct answer is D. Let's look at the correct answer, which is D. All right, question 3. For question 3, it says, this particular question is also very simple and straightforward. It specifically asks about the command IP address DHCP. What is the precise function of this essential configuration command, and what exactly is its intended purpose? The fundamental purpose is to allow this specific interface, for example, an interface on a router or a terminal device, to be effectively configured as a DHCP client. That is to say, it operates in client mode and subsequently sends a DHCP discover message initiating the process. It's just that simple, so the correct answer is B. Alright, let's move on to the next crucial question, which is question number 4. This question specifically asks, which particular configuration setup or arrangement would effectively allow a host device that is securely connected to router 24's F0-1 interface to successfully enable Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, or DHCP, addressing? This enablement is essential so that the host device situated on this specific interface can indeed utilize the DHCP group addressing mechanism. This is a very standard and commonly encountered configuration command in network administration. Option A proposes a detailed sequence of steps. First, to meticulously enter the interface configuration mode, then to carefully configure the DHCP relay service, and subsequently to precisely specify the access list, which is designed to permit or allow a certain designated network segment to receive these DHCP services. Isn't that right? Therefore, based on this comprehensive understanding, the unequivocally correct answer to this question is indeed option A. The next two 0.0 interfaces are incorrect, 0 and 0 are just wrong. And then the last one, option D, its access list configuration is also incorrect, right? So for this question, the correct answer is A. Alright, let's move on to the next question. In this particular scenario, the network engineer has meticulously configured SSH, which stands for Secure Shell, on this specific router, router 21. And this particular version, VR, also appears to be somewhat intricate and complex. It's essentially a configuration-related question concerning SSH remote access, which is indeed set up. This secure remote login mechanism, utilizing version 2, is employed. Subsequently, it effectively allows the encryption industry to perform essential remote management tasks. Therefore, the crucial question is, what is the absolute minimum configuration that is specifically required for this particular setup? Generally, when we configure it, it goes like this. First, set a host name, say 21, right? Then set its domain name, Syscom. After that, configure a key, which is the shared key or pre-shared key. Once the key is set, then configure the following. Username, set the username to Cisco, then set its privilege level to 15 and the password to Cisco 0123. Next, configure its line management from line 0 to 15, which means 16 simultaneous connections. Then, for the transport input, choose which protocol, SSH. You can also add others, like Telnet, so both can be enabled together. But here, it requires us to configure SSH, right? Then set it to local login. So for this question, choose B. Alright, submit. If you want to learn Cisco technologies or get Cisco exam questions, please send me a private message, or you can leave a comment below the video for technical discussions.